Hello, everybody. Welcome inside the den here, Fox 5 Studios. Mike Davis for a brand new edition of Sound Off Sports. We're going to be talking about NBA franchise in Las Vegas. If they come, what should the name be? Plus, what is the best MLB ballpark in the world? We're talking all about it. We got your responses. Can't wait to hear them. SOS starts right now.
Make some noise. This is Sound Off Sports, sponsored by Sam and Ash.
My name is Shelley. It's about naming a basketball team here for Las Vegas. How about Las Vegas Skyhooks? That's a good name, isn't it? Thanks. Bye.
Hello and welcome to Sound Off Sports. Mike Davis here alongside James Edward Barrickman IV. Guys, great to have you with us. Big time show. Ice Cube, the rapper, the actor, the founder of the Big 3 will be joining us to talk about the start of the new season. Back in 2017, when I was a grad student at Northwestern studying at Medill, I covered the Big 3 in its inaugural season in Chicago. So I did some interviews with Allen Iverson, Gary Payton, a lot of legends, even John McEnroe was
in
there.
College.
Yeah,
it's impressive
grad
stuff,
school.
man.
John McEnroe was there. It was a lot of fun. So we're going to be talking a little bit about that, but we got a lot of responses, James, this week for the questions we asked. And listen, 702-855-3502. You should always give us a call. And James, comment on Facebook too, right? Twitter.
By far, the most popular topic we've ever done here on Sound Off Sports in terms of responses. I think 330 plus.
Crazy.
Facebook comments. That's not to mention the ones we got on Twitter, and then I don't know how many call-ins we got. But in the 73 episodes in the history of this show, it's by far our most commented on topic.
73.
So that's exciting
episodes.
stuff.
Thanks for joining us for episode 73. Our first question off the bat that got a lot of action. If the NBA comes to Las Vegas, which we're hoping they will, we're crossing our fingers.
It's coming.
We think it's probably on the horizon. But what should the name of the team be? It's a very hard question to answer. Let's right off the bat, we got a ton of responses. Let's hear from our first caller, James.
I would definitely name them the Las Vegas Players. Double entendre. Have a good day.
All right, good call there. Double entendre from Andre. I don't know if that was his name.
No, anonymous caller.
Anonymous caller. That was a good one, though. Let's hear another, James.
Las Vegas Speed. Tatum signing out.
Tatum signing out. Thank you, Tatum, for that. The Speed.
Las Vegas Speed. I don't mind it, but it sounds like an AAU team or an arena football team.
It's hard because when I was thinking about what you would name the team, it's difficult because so many of the teams that we know and love,
right?
Like, what do they even mean? The Red Sox, the white, like, you know
right.
what I'm saying?
It doesn't necessarily have to.
It doesn't have to be an animal, right?
Some meaning to Las Vegas or Southern Nevada.
And that's why sometimes when you try too hard, it doesn't work. I think the Vegas Golden Knights did a tremendous job. Their branding, their logo, it just is cool.
Well, Bill Foley, the owner, and this is what I was going to say, is I think it depends on who the owner is, because Bill Foley with the Golden Knights, West Point guy, and that's where the origin of the Golden Knights name comes from. So I think once we see who the owner is, then we'll maybe get a better idea what that team name could be.
You know what I did? Because somebody played a prank on me here at Fox 5 this week. I'll give a shout out to Matt Guntarik, our wonderful meteorologist in the morning. He pulled a prank on me, and he used
I was there for it.
GBT, you know?
Yes.
So I figured, hey, let me be like a young stud kid that would know, like, what's going on in the world. I decided, let me plug this into ChatGPT, and they kind of broke it down with Vegas themes, desert and environment themes, sleek kind of cool names, and then like wild card picks. But I didn't think they were great. They said like the Scorchers, the Inferno, the Rattlers, the Dust Devils, the Vipers, the Outlaws, the Mirage, the Blackjacks, the Lights, the Dynasty, the Phantom. So I didn't think there were so many great names even from ChatGPT.
It's very hard because, again, I don't know. I'm a perfectionist, and I think if you're going to bring a team to a new city, you got to nail the name, especially an expansion franchise.
Right.
Like Utah missing out on the Yeti.
That's bad.
That's tough.
Right.
But, I mean,
they're going to be the mammoth.
Marketing and licensing and things like that. So those names that ChatGPT came up with, they all sound like AAU basketball teams or an arena football team. They don't sound like an NBA team.
It's difficult. Okay, but let's hear some more responses because we got a lot more from people at home.
Las Vegas Desert Heat.
Yeah, I mean, so the Heat, stuff like that would make sense.
Now, that would have been a great name, but it's already taken.
Right,
yeah.
the Miami. Right. And even people were saying on Facebook, and you got to make sure you go to Fox 5 Las Vegas, go to our Twitter, our X. We're constantly posing these questions to our audience, 702-855-3502. Make sure you give us a call. We got so many great voicemails. But a few of our comments I thought were good, too. Like the Royals would make sense with Cards.
Right, yeah.
But the Royals are already in Kansas City.
But it's an MLB team.
Yeah, but I don't like using even from the Big Four, you know? So to me, we had some good comments I just want to say on Facebook because a shout out to a few people. So I liked, somebody said the Alien, which I kind of thought was cool.
I was saying this last night
Las Vegas
to a couple
Alien.
of my buddies, like, if you could play into Area 51 and do some sort of alien theme, I don't think Alien straight up is the name you want to go with.
No.
But something of that ilk would, I think, be very, very interesting if you did it right.
I like that. I think Outlaws isn't bad.
That's so generic.
It's okay. I liked... I was thinking, we're called the Neon City. What about, like, just the neon,
Las Vegas Neon.
It's not the greatest, but I don't know. It's one of those things. Ballers, Sandstorm, Scorpions.
Well, what about this one? The Las Vegas Mob or the Las Vegas Mobsters.
I just
now,
don't
know is that a...
Like, it's cool.
I think it's a cool name, but is that a something as a professional NBA team you want as your representation?
Well, that's the problem is, like, I think there's so many things here that Vegas is synonymous with. Sure, it might be the mob, might be gambling and all those things. And as much as the NBA has been going towards gambling and allowing for betting and sports betting to become very prevalent within our sports watching culture, I still don't think Adam Silver is going to sign off on a team like the Pit Bosses or, the Sinners. Or I don't think that's going to be allowed,
Okay, well then hear me out. Well, the big problem here is the Aces already took the best name.
Right.
Las Vegas Aces is a home run of a name, but
you can't do the Kings.
Mark Davis already took it, and you can't do the Kings.
They're already in sack.
So we got a call, not a call. We got a response from @Lakevo Ball on Twitter. He said, "I always like when a city's team names and or colors follow a theme. Like in Pittsburgh, black and yellow is so cool. So I was thinking Vegas could be the first city to name an NBA team to fit with a WNBA team, and they'd be the Sin City Spades."
Right.
Thoughts on that? The Las Vegas Spades, Sin City Spades.
I guess it's okay,
I think maybe we're thinking too hard about the Las Vegas Strip and gambling and blackjack.
Right.
We need to.
Maybe there doesn't need to be any connection.
Right.
Maybe it could just be
right.
Like any type of animal or feeling, but I think a lot of it is about, to me, like the Golden Knights just did such a tremendous job because everything, it's a theme. It can be so broad, right? You're going, the way they start the games.
From the pregame intros to
the
everything.
realm, all those concepts.
Rally towels.
It just works with everything, so it's kind of cool. Let's hear another comment, though. We got a lot of voicemails from people.
For an NBA team, I say the Las Vegas Cougars or Vegas Cougars or the Sidewinders, the Vegas Sidewinders. Those are my names for an NBA team if they come here. Thank you. This is Sammy.
Okay, Sidewinders is kind of interesting. Let's hear another, James.
I have a couple suggestions for the NBA team. The Las Vegas Tomb Guards would be one. Las Vegas Gravewalkers. Las Vegas Phantoms. We can do Las Vegas Desert Wolves. Las Vegas Kingsmen. Las Vegas High Rollers. Las Vegas Ironclads. Las Vegas Warlords. And Las Vegas Warhawks, Las Vegas Outlaws. Those are a few of my suggestions. Again, my name is Julio.
Julio, my man. I mean, that was like
Julio.
It's like 17
He's
responses.
got all kinds of ideas.
I love that.
Last thing I want to say before we take this to break, I saw one. The Las Vegas Battleborn.
Yeah, I saw that too on our Facebook.
Oh,
I thought that I kind of like that.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
I just don't want it to be trying too hard.
Yeah,
agreed.
Like,
I think it's like Steelers, Eagle. Just like something.
The Steelers
it's pertinent to Pittsburgh and the Steel City.
I really think we have something here with the alien route.
That's what I think, because I think you could. To me, I just want to say one more time, the VGK thing, the realm, the knighthood, all those, they can play off all those concepts because
there's a lot of different directions.
You're going back in time to an environment. So, like, for us, playing on a spaceship, like that kind of space, aliens.
If it's not corny, you can do it right. You can do it right.
So let's play along with that theme. Guys, thank you for all the great responses. 702-855-3502. Always give us a call. We're always looking for your suggestions, your comments, your thoughts, your feelings. We love to hear it. Coming up next, we got Ice Cube joining me here in the den.
I think a good name for him would be the Mustangs or the Bighorns. One or the other. I think I'd be an animal related to Las Vegas. I think I'd be a good one. Anyway, my name's Jerry Proctor.
I am joined by Cube, Ice Cube. Seth Rogen in the studio was just calling him Mr. Cube, all these different kind of cubes in the show, but it's the great Ice Cube, South Central LA kid, just got honored with the Hollywood Walk of Fame. We are here and talking Big 3 basketball. Cube, this is exciting stuff. I remember I was a student at Northwestern covering in 2017 when the Big 3 started. AI, Iverson was there, Dr. J, all these people, and now you've created a shift in the basketball world because 3-on-3 basketball is bigger than ever. Tell us, as we're gearing up for a big weekend of action, how is the Big 3 morphing, evolving since 2017?
Wow, we've calibrated the game to the point that it's fun to play and fun to watch. And I think that's important. We have had some big stars come through the Big 3, from Allen Iverson, like you said, to Amari Stoudemire. We've had, Kenyon Martin. We've had Chauncey Billups. It's just been a great way for players to either extend their career or get discovered, because we got young new players too, like Isaiah Briscoe and Kevin Murphy and Franklin Sessions. So it's just been a nice maturation of, Hall of Famers to, guys that still got a chip on their shoulder and ready to play in the NBA.
It's a great way to have guys involved. George Gervin, Nancy Lieberman, all these people. I mean, Nick Young's even a coach. And now the big news is Dwight Howard is getting in some of this action as well. He's going to be going up against guys like Michael Beasley. Jason Richardson is still playing. My guy here from Vegas, Amir Johnson's playing. So there's a lot of good action. All right, thank you, the Ice Cube. For our full conversation, go to our YouTube page, Silver State Sports.
What is the best MLB ballpark in America? Pam Phillipson on Facebook says, been to all 30, not the 2 new ones. Our group of 4 voted Petco as number 1. High on the list, PNC, Oracle, Fenway. Wrigley is a dump. I used to be a Cubs fan and spent many hours there, so I have the right to say that.
All right, welcome back to Sound Off Sports. So our next question we posed to our great audience was, what is the best MLB ballpark? James, myself, I was constructing a list. I've been to about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay.
And there's a lot. I have a lot of feelings on that. How many have you been?
I've only been to 5, so I got some catching up to do.
You have some catching up.
Getting around.
Okay, let's hear a response right off the bat we got from some people at home, because I know we got a lot of great Facebook comments, but you can always call us 702-855-3502. Let's hear what someone had to say.
Wrigley Field, obviously the best ballpark in the United States of America.
All right, so Wrigley is
a dump.
I love Wrigley.
Okay, it's not a dump.
You've been to Wrigley.
I've been to Wrigley. It's one of the 5 I've been to, and I was just not really impressed.
Well, it's old school.
Yeah, no question. It's
historic.
I think I would love Fenway. It's nothing against that it's old and whatever. I would love Fenway, but I was there and it was just there was nothing really special to me. What I love about Wrigley, I ranked it number 3 in terms of the places I've been. Granted, I've only been to 5. What's great about Wrigley isn't actually Wrigley. It's Wrigleyville.
It's the
yes.
surrounding
If you've ever
area.
been to Chicago, go to a Cubs game, go hang out at Wrigleyville. Great spot before and post.
I just love it. I just think it's classic. I've been to concerts there. I've been to games there. It's cool. It's just got a vibe. Wrigleyville, the whole concept.
I like that it's right in the middle of the neighborhood there. I like the idea of Wrigley more than I actually like Wrigley.
Yeah.
Granted, I didn't really get too much of a chance to explore the entire stadium.
I like Wrigley. So here's my top 5. I've been to 10. Growing up, I'm from Philadelphia. I got to have Citizens Bank Park in there for the Phillies. It's a great stadium. I've had so many memories there. It was fresh, brand new. I always think it's a great ballpark. So I got there in my top 5. I got Wrigley in my top 5. I got Fenway in my top 5. The Green Monster, just the history.
I would love to get the Fenway.
It's sick.
I would love to get the Fenway.
It's pretty cool. So I got that. I've also been to Camden Yards, Oriole Park.
Camden Yards is in my top.
That's
2.
in my top 5. It's beautiful.
Yeah, love Camden Yards.
And then I've also been to the old Yankees Stadium.
Are we talking current or former?
The former, before, because
right. But I'm saying in terms of your current top 5 ballparks right now.
That's. And
so just in terms of the ones you've been to,
I'm saying
okay.
I've been to,
Got it.
And I went because it's the house that Ruth built. It's
Right.
pretty cool.
Yeah,
you
no
know?
doubt.
So for me, that's my top 5.
The fact that you don't have PNC Park in there is
it's bad, especially
an
I'm from
atrocity.
Pennsylvania.
That's horrendous.
So that's
and you've actually been there too, which is
I've been
even
around.
worse.
I've been around.
So you've never actually been inside PNC Park.
No, but I've been.
Okay.
I've
Then that's understandable.
I've been to the Willie Stargell statue. I've been in the area.
Anybody that's been to PNC Park in Pittsburgh will tell you it's the best ballpark in America. When you're sitting on the third base line at PNC Park and you're overlooking the city skyline, I'm not kidding. It looks like a painting. It doesn't look real. It's that beautiful.
Is that the same park that Clemente?
No, they played in Three Rivers.
So
they played in Three Rivers Stadium.
So when did
PNC Park open? 2001, I think.
Okay.
So it's just, and granted, I'm from Pittsburgh, so I'm a little nostalgic about it. But I think anybody that's actually been there would tell you PNC Park is the best. You're sitting there. You got a Iron City Light pounder and a Primanti sandwich. The Buccos are down 10 in the 5th inning to the Cardinals, and there's just no place you'd rather be.
Well, but see, that's the nostalgia. If we're talking environment, if we're talking aesthetics, there's a
you're
lot
just
of
talking nice
rankings.
ballparks. PNC Park
food,
is still. I think most people would tell you PNC Park's number 1.
Yeah.
But I really love Camden Yards. Wrigley again didn't impress me. I love Wrigleyville, but I would love to get to Fenway, Oracle, Petco Park, and Dodger Stadium. Those are the 4 I have to see before I kick the ball.
I got to go to the Dodger Stadium. I've been to a lot of bad ones too, but the Marlins is the worst.
Really? The new one in Miami?
I hated it. It's it literally feels like you're at
a funeral, probably.
It's like a sick. Well,
there's nobody in there.
No, but it's it just doesn't have any of that class.
There's no history.
It just feels like you're at
it's
Six
cheap,
Flags.
Yeah,
it's not a great thing. But the old Kaminsky Park, what's now Rate Stadium, Rate Field for White Sox isn't so good either. So I've been to a bunch, but the history is always going to get me first, I would say.
Like I said, Wrigley just didn't really impress me, but I would love Fenway. We got a bunch of responses on this, and our viewers are wrong, but 17.5% said Wrigley, so that was the number 1 response. Fenway and PNC Park were tied for number 2.
Wow.
Oracle Park at 12.5%. The Giant Stadium was number 4.
Oracle looks cool.
I need to get there and see McCovey Cove. Petco Park is another one beautiful park in San Diego. That was number 5. Camden Yards at number 6. I was a little disappointed to see that.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I think the nostalgia, people love the old school baseball concept, you know?
Right.
So, I mean, to me, I'm always going to lean into that. I think Fenway and Wrigley have that classic feel, so that's where my heart goes. Guys, coming up after a short break, we love getting all your responses. We got SOS, more Sink or Swim coming up after these words.
What is the best MLB ballpark in America? Chris Weed on Facebook says, Camden Yards hands down. I've been to most ballparks in this country, and Camden Yards is amazing. Dodger Stadium is garbage. Nationals Park is my second favorite.
Welcome back to Sound Off Sports. So, time for Sink or Swim, James. Listen, on our other show, Sin City Beat, we're talking a little bit about the Aces, their struggles early on this season, and Caitlin Clark, and just the impact that she's had on this sport, on the league. It's ridiculous.
I was asking this yesterday. Have we ever seen, obviously she's the greatest superstar the WNBA's ever seen. That's no debate. But I think the question we need to be asking is, in terms of carrying her sport on her back, has there ever been a bigger superstar than Caitlin Clark? The only person I think is even close is Tiger in his prime.
Yeah, that's
because I wouldn't say LeBron, because people already watched NBA hoops.
Yeah, you kind of need to. It needs to be a sport that's a little bit on the outskirts,
right? So
to me, you could say Federer with tennis, but I really think that the greatest comparison's Tiger.
It's Tiger. It's Caitlin Clark. I think in terms of carrying golf, carrying women's hoops, those are the two greatest superstars I think we've ever seen.
It's amazing what she's doing. Ratings were down about 53% when she wasn't playing, so it's great to have her back, and she showed out in her first game back, handing the New York Liberty their first loss of the season. Guys, thanks so much for joining us. Make sure you always give us a call, 702-855-3502 for James. I'm Mike Davis. We'll see you next time here at The Den for Sound Off Sports.